Hello everybody, this is our open school video project. The topic that we are going to talk about is conditional sentences. Specifically, the second and third conditional. Conditionals are a pretty important part of. People use conditionals a lot. And even though that they use conditionals a lot, most people don't know what they are. So today we are going to explain them. Conditionals are sentences that are made of two parts: the condition and the result. These sentences are used to express hypotheticals, wishes, possibilities, and other things that haven't happened yet. There are a lot of conditionals. However, we are only going to talk about the second and third conditional.
To start off, we would like to explain second conditional due to it being easier than the other ones, and also because it goes first in the matter of the language. The second conditional expresses a conditional or hypothesis, whether in a context of possibility, desire, doubt, or politeness. For example, if I had more time, I would read more, or I would like a coffee. And it's also used to express the future from a past perspective.
The structure of the second conditional in English is if plus simple past, would plus infinite. The second conditional has only three forms: the affirmative one, the negative one, and the interrogative one. These are the forms and the structure. Affirmative: if plus subject plus simple past plus would plus base verb. Example: if I won the lottery, I would buy a Ferrari. Si ganara la lotería, compraría un Ferrari. Interrogative:
The type 2 conditions form real present or future situations in negative form. For uses if plus subject plus feeling not plus past verb, and the main clause use both not and past verb. If did not have a example, if I did not have a car, I will not go to work. The type 3
interrogative: the order is reserved in the consequence: would plus subject plus base verb, if plus subject plus simple past. Example: would you go to the beach if it didn't rain? ¿Irías a la playa si no lloviera?
The second conditional has two uses. First, we can use it to talk about things in the future that probably won't be true. Maybe you are imagining a dream. For example, if I won the lottery, I will buy a big house. If I met the Queen of England, I will say hello. She would travel all over the world if she were rich. Second, we can use it to talk about something in the present that is impossible because it isn't true. If I had his number, I would call him. If I were you, I wouldn't go with that man. Sorry.
Later on we have the topic of the first conditional following this pattern. The first conditional is used to talk about unreal, hypothetical and non-existent past situations and the consequences they will have had. It is formed with if plus past perfect, a subject plus had plus past participle in the first clause, and conditional perfect, subject plus would have plus past participle in the second. For example, if I had studied more, I would have passed the exam.
In my case, I would like to explain that the third conditional has also three main ways of working. The affirmative being if plus subject plus verb in past perfect plus complement or subject plus wouldn't plus have plus verb in past participle plus complement. This will work for the affirmative version.
Type 3 conditional is a from real past situation in negative from use if plus plus had not plus past participle. And the main clause uses would not have past participle. For example, if she had not studied, she would not have past text.
The version, however, for the interrogative version is if plus subject plus verb on past perfect plus complement plus plus complement or would plus subject plus have plus verb in past participle.
1. It could be used to explain repentance and reflection. If I had known that my sword is taller than me, I wouldn't have made the door shorter. 2. It could be used to explain irreal situations in the past, basically hypothetical or irreal situations that didn't happen. If I had known that Sancho was a vampire, I would have offered her blood to drink. 3. It could be used to imagine a past alternative outcome. If she had cookies in her coat, would you have eaten them? 4. It could be used to dispute or criticize a past action. If you had listened to yourself from a future timelines while advised, you wouldn't be in this situation.
Hola, voy a explicar el juego, que el juego es básicamente un simple Kahoot que tiene un par de preguntas múltiple choice y verdadero y falso, que es más que nada para poder ver si fue bien entendido la estructura de las oraciones del conditional sentences 2 y 3.